As I was saying last year, you've been to the panels that you all have. First question the moderator says is, can you tell us something about yourself? Which is really embarrassing because people have to boast. This is why we're here. I thought I'd have to do the same thing here. My name is Louis Robinson, and what can I say about myself? I'm an Elizabethan. All my life, I have only known, well, I've known a lot of queens, but I've only known one queen, Queen Elizabeth II. When I was a little kid, she became queen. She was coronated. And I went to live when I left home. And my mother said, don't go, come back every week and bring me laundry. I went to live in Windsor, which is where the Queen lives. And I noticed that what people did in Britain was they made use of the Queen. They used her to make money. So I wrote a song called The Queen of England Limited, which is like the Queen of England Incorporated. And it has a kind of chorus that goes, wave your flag politely and shout, hooray, Elizabeth is in residence today. That's because when the Queen is in Windsor Castle, they fly a flag. Okay? Now the Queen of England Limited's in residence today. The rumours spread like treacle and the crowd has had to pay. Business is booming, souvenirs are sold. Princess Margaret pieces, Duke of Edinburgh rolls. And foreigners capture families on film without delay. In a code of colour, instamatic way. And all because Elizabeth is in residence today. So wave your flag politely and shout, hooray! Elizabeth is in residence today. Shakespeare tours of Shepherd's Bush have advertised the treat. They've laundered all the uniforms and mobilized the fleet. Ladies from suburbia gather gleefully for a frightfully loyal outing at a rightly royal free. And stepping from the char-a-banc, they gaze upon the home they read about in the able woman's own. It's terribly simple, just 37 bedrooms and a throne. So wave your flag politely and shout, hooray! Elizabeth is in residence today. There are Tasmanians in the tea bars pouring over maps. Smiths is full of Frenchmen and the Jensens jammed with Japs. Germans marching briskly, Swedes who stop and stare. Spaniards on the corner, Americans everywhere. They're screaming from the station and they're stomping down the street, aiming to make their holidays complete by getting a glimpse of the English royal family retreat. So wave the flag politely and shout, hooray! Elizabeth is in residence today. Sing a song of 2.5p, pockets full of cash. 420 tourists rooked in a flash. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle featuring Mark and Anne turned out to be an inferior reproduction from Japan. And the Queen Victoria duffel bag has lost its allure. It's just the memory of an unmagical history tour. So wave the flag politely and shout, hooray! Elizabeth is in residence today. A guide with tides of travellers is trying to convince the widow from Wisconsin with the hideous purple rinse to hurry and choose a gift for Wilmer from the available stock. Tony Armstrong angles, Windsor Castle clocks, a colourful cards of Grenadier Guards and primary tints, assembly kits with illustrated hints, a reproduction, a model of Diana and the Prince. So wave your flag politely and shout, hooray! Elizabeth is in residence today. But now the Queen of England has left and gone away. There are people to move and things to do in her own gracious way. But wherever she may wander or casually roam, they're cleaning up around her just like they do at home. Where now, because it's winter and the afternoons are chill, they've closed the Royal Highness kitchenette and grill. There's no queuing in the portal or wandering round at will, no serving up of morsel or totting up of bill, no wrapping round a parcel or clocking up of till. There's just a once upon a castle on a hill. So fold your flag discreetly and put it away. Elizabeth isn't in residence today. Mary, la reine n'est pas chez elle aujourd'hui. Ach so, die Königin ist heute irgendwo. So fold your flag discreetly and put it away. Elizabeth isn't in residence today. Kid, I met my first celebrity. He was a guy who used to go to our school, and he became a pop singer. His name was Tony Grant, and you can look him up on Google. He had like 5 records and no hits. He was like a a successful version of failure. Anybody can have failure. And when I last looked him up, because I thought, you know, he was a major thing in my life. I mean, there was a guy who made records, and up he was on the stage. I looked him up, and I found that he died. He passed away. He'd gone to Australia. After being no longer a successful pop singer, he sang on cruise ships. Eventually ended up being an engineer in Melbourne, Australia, and he died. And I feel very sad about it. And I thought, you know, everybody has their 15 minutes of fame. And this guy did, and to me he was very important. So I thought I'd commemorate him in this song. And this is it. He was a one-hit wonder, that's so the papers said. When they told the world that morning Tony Cabaret was dead, they said his reputation would soon fade, like the verse and chorus of some two-bit serenade. He was a teen sensation, he was all the rage. Why, he even played on center stage. He had it all, he had it made, with just the verse and chorus of some two-bit serenade. He was over the moon, he was walking on air, he was nearly famous, he was almost there. Then in the blink of an eye, I'm afraid, he was just another victim of the happy hit parade. So he became a song and dance man, Vegas style, spray on persona and a see-through smile, threadbare tuxedo, toupee. That's why they called him Tony Cabaret. You and I, in that little hotel, polished floors and chandeliers, remember it well. And up on the stage for the after-dinner show, it's Tony Cabaret, and there is nowhere we can go and hide. So we laughed at his tuxedo, smirked at his toupee, foot-slapping, finger-tapping Tony Cabaret. And as the music started to play, I found $1 million in a 5 and 10 cent show. My broken heart, discovered by chance, an old song can weave a new romance. And that music, as the music played, we fell in love all over again to that two-bit serenade. He was a one-hit wonder, sure that's what he was. Musty theaters and dusty applause, and I'm sad to hear he passed away. But thank you, Tony Cabaret, 'cause I'm here to tell you, sweet memories can be made with just the verse and chorus of some long-forgotten two-bit serenade. Last year, when I was up here last year, I did a few songs, and one of them had done really well. And a number of people have asked me to do it again, so I will. It's a song about Ireland, and a funny thing happened after the show, because Colin Baker and Colin Spall both came up and said, can we have a copy of your CD? And I said, well, look, I've been doing this for like 40 years as a hobby, and I've never done a CD. So I thought, you know, I better get onto it and do it. So thanks to Colin Baker, I did one, and I have it here. I don't have a stand or anything, but if you'd like to see me afterwards, I'd be very happy to get you one. I hope that I make enough money out of it to be able to do volume 2. So this Queen of England Limited's on it, and so is this. And I was particularly pleased when someone back last year said, I was in the services and in the military, and I really appreciate that song. Just in case you don't know the background to it, as you know, Ireland has had a few problems with England, and for the last 30 years there are these things called the Troubles. And I just put myself into the position of what it was like to be an IRA hitman, which is an Irish Republican Army hitman, which is the reason why the song was banned on the BBC. I just thought I couldn't sing it. No sense of humour in the BBC. And I wondered what it was like when a man who'd actually been doing the killing watched his leadership, Martin McGuinness and Gerry Adams, in a joint government in Northern Ireland, and thinking, was it worth it or not? So here it is, a score for Ireland. Women see me coming, children know my face. I'm a local hero in this God-forsaken place. I'm feared and I'm famous, the Provost Danny Brown, who in a distant time and place shot a soldier down. Was in a toy store doorway, sheltering from the storm. He offered me a drink to keep my body warm. Then his eyes soon filled with terror, that servant of the crown, as I did what I was trained to do, and I shot the bastard down. For Ireland, I did it for Ireland, so Ireland could be whole, and the chains I loosed for Ireland, Ireland has bound around my soul. I saw his funeral, I watched it on TV. She made a handsome widow at only 23. And my friends all bought me drinks that night for the deed I'd done. And I could only think about her son. For Ireland, I did it for Ireland, so Ireland could be whole, and the chains I loosed for Ireland, Ireland has bound around my soul. The hour before the dawning is the longest hour of all, when the ghosts of fallen comrades march across my wall. Oh, please forgive me, Father, I say this thing out loud. There is no righteous cause that turns a flag into a shroud, not even for Ireland, sweet Ireland, so Ireland could be whole, and the chains I loosed for Ireland, Ireland is bound around my soul. The women see me coming, and the children know my face. I'm a local hero in this God-forsaken place. I'm feared and I'm famous, the Provost Danny Brown, who in a distant time and place shot a soldier down.